Hi, welcome to Rank Harvest. So it seems like most of these videos start with me saying somebody's been asking me about, and then I go into a topic. And the same thing is true this time. People have been asking me about SEO around cryptocurrency due to cryptocurrency's recent spike. In fact, Bitcoin is nearly up to $20,000 again, something we haven't seen for a couple of years now. And I think people ask SEO professionals in general a lot of these types of questions because we see that we have our finger on the pulse of the online sort of e-commerce industry. We here at Rank Harvest have anywhere from 30 to maybe 70 clients in a single month. So at any point in time, we really know kind of what's trending, and especially around what has the most SEO opportunity. So to answer the question about SEO and cryptocurrency, you have to have some understanding of what cryptocurrency is and how it works, but I'm not going to get into that today. I'm just going to kind of brush over a few topics and give you a little bit of insight that we've learned recently. So we're going to focus on the top three cryptocurrencies, which would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. Now, when Bitcoin first got popular a couple of years back, there was talk about, there's kind of some buzz in the SEO community around Bitcoin because it was meant to be used sort of as an alternative to the dollar. Online stores were putting up language saying they accept Bitcoin. Even physical retail stores are starting to put signs in the window saying we accept Bitcoin. But it didn't really play out like that. Bitcoin turned into more of kind of a speculative instrument, almost like gold. You sort of store money in there, if you will, and it's maybe a hedge against inflation, or you just kind of sit and wait for the value to go up for various reasons. It doesn't pay a dividend or really do anything, which makes it hard to wrap any SEO around unless you're maybe promoting digital wallets or a Bitcoin exchange, something like that. So there is some SEO opportunity around Bitcoin, but not the way we had kind of all hoped from the beginning. And same with Ethereum. Ethereum has a little bit more purpose and utility than Bitcoin. It's kind of used kind of in the software world for things like smart contracts and various other technical reasons we won't get into here, but let's just say Ethereum as well. There's not a whole lot of SEO opportunity out in the market for Ethereum, and same with Ripple, although Ripple has the most direct purpose of any of these, which is Ripple is trying to replace the antiquated system called SWIFT, which is what banks use to kind of transfer money amongst each other. It's a very slow process, and they're trying to replace that with a blockchain system so that it happens almost instantaneously. And there again, there just isn't a whole lot of SEO to be done. Ripple is advancing as a company by making partnerships with various banks, and they're piloting different programs, things like that. But something that's new, or at least rumored in the cryptocurrency world, is something that might be called the Fedcoin, which is the United States Federal Reserve perhaps creating a cryptocurrency sort of as an alternative to sending out stimulus checks. Recently, to kind of jumpstart the economy, the government was sending out stimulus checks. But it's more appealing to them if, for example, everyone in the United States had an account with the Federal Reserve and money was deposited directly in there, and people could spend this money using the Fedcoin, or might be called, like a central bank digital currency. And what they can do is they can control things like they can prevent people from saving this money, sort of hiding it under the digital mattress, if you will, by saying, if you don't spend this money within 30 days, the value is going to start to diminish over time. Or maybe they can restrict where you can spend this money. For example, maybe you can't buy tobacco and alcohol, but you can buy, gasoline or something else. And this means that the government and the Federal Reserve can are going to be able to pick the winners and losers if this Fedcoin does come into an existence. And there's a lot of SEO opportunity around that if you can predict who these winners and losers are going to be. If you can predict who is going to be a winner in this landscape, you can make a lot of money for your clients in that space by positioning them in Google ahead of time, so that they're already, let's say, on page 1 for whatever you're allowed to buy with this Fedcoin. So I would recommend, it's going to be difficult to make that prediction, but some people are going to be able to do it. It's probably going to be a little bit of research and a little bit of luck, but there is starting to be some information out on the internet for you to read. So I would recommend doing a Google search for Fedcoin or central bank digital currency and try to get a feel for what you think this would look like once it starts to roll out. And that is where the SEO opportunity lies.